Hey, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started with this lesson today, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, now, in this lesson, I just want to go over this article. All right, though this article was, created, a while ago, as you can see here, June 7th, 2022. But, I just want to go into it, all right, to show how the people, all right, that are in the land of Israel, all right, they're not the true, all right, children of the Most High. They're not the Israelites. All right, the true Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, one way to prove that, these people aren't the people, all right, that are in the land, which really they're Edomites. All right, they're Edomites, the so-called white men. They're just Edomites, man. They're not the true Israelites. They're just posers. All right, they're, how do you call it, identity thieves. All right, and one way to prove that they're not is through prophecy, really. I'm gonna get into this article, man, because in order we get into the article. Let me stop talking. All right, it says timeline of LGBTQ rights in Israel: lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender rights in Israel are considered the most developed in the Middle East. Wow. You see, but being a Mo is completely against the scriptures. You see, how can these possibly be the people, man, and they allow such filth in the homeland? He says, here we bring a timeline of the major developments. You see, here it says, hold on, slack here. It says thousands take part in the annual GAY parade in Jerusalem, June 2nd, 2022. So they're doing this thing freely, all right, in the Holy Land, man. You see, and if the true Israelites are in the Holy Land, they wouldn't allow this to happen. Which the true Israelites are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Again, you see, if the true people were in the land, this would not be happening, man. This is clearly against the scriptures. You see, but the wicked is in there. Matter of fact, we're gonna get to the scriptures, man. This is Isaiah 26:10. It says, let favor be showed to the wicked. Right. And favor was indeed shown unto the wicked. You see, who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. All right, the so-called white man. Favor's been shown unto them. They have the Bible. They have the way. All right, they know they were given the way of righteousness. All right, through these scriptures. You see, they know the right way. All right, and plus they're in the land. You see, the Heavenly Father had allowed them to dwell in that land, all right, for a season. All right, so it says, let favor be showed to the wicked. It says, yet will he not learn righteousness. See? So favor can be showed to the wicked. He can learn, all right, he can, well, not learn, but he knows, all right, the right way to live upon the earth. But it says, yet he will not learn righteousness. You see, in the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly. And what is the land of uprightness? Israel, the same place. He's not dealing justly in this place, man. This is against Yahweh by Shemel Shai. The Lord ain't with this. If the true Israelites were here, this would not be taking place, man. All these people would be put to death. They will be unalived. You see? It says in the land of uprightness, of Israel, he will deal unjustly, man. And this is dealing unjustly, man. All right? It says, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord, man. You see? So the wicked, he just can't learn righteousness, man. You see, he can swear in the Bible and say he a God-fearing all he want. You see? But the wicked is not going to learn righteousness at the end of the day. You see? Let's get Psalms 50. All right. Psalms 50 in verse 16, it says, but unto the wicked, right, Esau, Edom, and to prove that is going to Malachi 1 and 4. Esau, Edom, being the border of wickedness. All right. Meaning what? Wherever Esau, Edom is, there will wickedness be. All right. And wicked has covered the whole face of the earth. Why? Because Esau, Edom has been given control over the whole earth. All right. So this is Psalm 50 and 16. It says, but unto the wicked, the Most High said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Right, we're a God-fearing country, or we're the Israelites. We're God's chosen people. You declaring the statutes, because when you say you're an Israelite, you're under the law. All right, you say you're an Israelite, you're under the law, statutes, commandments. He says, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant to thy mouth. Right, we're God-fearing, or we're Israelites. You know, stuff like that. Verse 17, it says, seeing thou hatest instruction, man. And this proves it right here. They hate instruction. They're going contrary to what the Heavenly Father said. It says, seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my heard words behind thee, man. So the wicked, he lightly esteems the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man. What does the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai say? Let's get it. Leviticus 20. All right, let's see. Verse 13, it says, if a man also lie with mankind, he as he lieth with a woman, right? So if a man lying with another man, as he does with a woman, as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. You see, so that's the law, all right, on being a mo. These people are supposed to be unalive, man. But what? That whole thing is allowed to prosper in that place, in Israel. See, they completely polluted the whole land, man. Even it says lesbian, I'm not even gonna say all that. LGBTQ, hold on, what is it doing? There we go. It says LGBTQ in Israel, or LGBTQ rights in Israel, are considered the most developed in the Middle East. So that's the main hub. In the Middle East, that's the main hub of LGBTQ, man. That's wickedness, man. That's contrary to the Lord. You see, but yet these people, you know, who are posing as the Israelites, they allow this shit. This proves that they're not the people, man. They won't allow wickedness like this to happen. You see? Let's get Isaiah 2. Because it's clearly against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Let's get Isaiah 2 and verse 2. It says, and it shall come to, and we'll start at verse 1. It says, in the word of Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. All right, and this is, you know, basically future prophecy. This is prophecy. This is what's going to happen when the Israelites are in rule. All right, when they're in the kingdom. You see? When the Israelites are the main power in the earth. Isaiah 2 and 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house, and what does a mountain represent in the scriptures? All right, governments. It says that the mountain of the Lord's house, what's the mountain of the Lord's house? All right, the Israelites, Israel, shall be established on top of the mountains. So the house of Israel is going to be above all the other governments. The Israelites are going to be the main government on the earth, all right, establishing all rule and authority. You see, the law is going to be established throughout the whole earth when the Israelites are in rule. This is not happening now. This is prophecy. And I said before in the beginning of the lesson, this is how you prove they're not the people, man. Through prophecy. This is prophecy, man. It says that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, right? The other nations, the other governments, and shall be exalted above the hills, right? The smaller governments. And all nations shall flow into it. It says, and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. That's the Israelites. To the house of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. That's not happening today. You don't have people coming from all the parts of the world coming up to Jerusalem to learn of the laws. No, that's not happening. They coming here and they doing all manners of wickedness, man. Going against the Lord, man. It says to the house of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. This is not happening right now. It says, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law. The law is not going forth out of this place, man. This proves that they're not the people. The law is not going forth out of this place, man. Nothing but wickedness is going forth out of this place. It's ain't considered the most developed in the Middle East. What type of shit is that? But they're supposed to be the people, right? Get the fuck out of here, man. It says, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Yahweh from Jerusalem, man. That's the law, statutes, commandments, man. The law, statutes, commandments is going to be the law of the land in the earth, man. When the Israelites, the true Israelites, are established upon the earth. You see? It says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares, right? Farming equipment. And their spears in their pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. This is what's going to happen when the true Israelites are established upon the earth, man. There is going to be no more war. This how we know that the people that are in the land calling themselves Israelites are not the true people, man. They're not the true people because you still have wars going on the earth as we speak today, man. You even got Israel going to war with another, the Hamas, Ukraine, Russia. This how we know that those people in the land are not the people, man. You see, but us, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're the true Israelites, man. All right, and what we're putting in authority on the earth, you see, this is when this prophecy is going to take place, man. It's not taking place right now. You see, but that was pretty much it, man. Just going into this article, man. Timeline of LGBT, stuff like that. But with that, just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.